Hi, this is Kym Watson. Welcome to an Ezeetrader midweek update. Before I talk about the markets themselves, just wanted to remind you that if you haven't already done it and if you want to come along, we do have a webinar this evening at 7 o'clock. This was predominantly for the people that have got quite a lot of questions about day trading and what it entails. As I said a few weeks ago, there's certain misconceptions of day trading, what it is and what you need to do, and we thought it's brought up by the sort of questions that we get day in day out regarding our trading room, etc. So we thought we'd really answer those. It's not really meant for people already in our trading room, but you're welcome to attend. But it's really focused at those people that have, as I say, questions, not sure whether day trading's for them. And it's really, as I say, to give a bigger picture and give our experiences of day trading and share those with you at the same time. Okay, so let's look at the euro dollar first. Let's have a look at the markets. Now, euro this morning, when I did my early morning update this morning, it had this doji sitting there and looked quite indecisive in real terms of what was happening. It was pushing a little bit. It looked like it may have broken to the downside for quite some time. In fact, it did at some stage run back up into the highs and pull right the way back. It's been in a swing of 100 pips this morning already. Now, what we're seeing and what we've got potential here from a daily perspective now, if we can manage to, if it closes as it is, I'm still erring. We may see more of a correction to the downside. I was indecisive in this morning. I say indecisive. I was erring more towards the downside this morning. Although when it broke out the highs and pushed upwards, you can't ignore that. It's running into the monthly R1 pivot again. There is an area around it just short of 1.14, this sort of round number, that we seem to be running up to, and it's selling into it. We're seeing selling coming into there. If we can break above this over the coming days, so today, tomorrow, I would be looking more favourable at the euro. The trouble is with the euro is obviously the fundamentals that sit around the Greek situation. Any resolution, positive resolution to that, could see the euro flying, I should imagine. We'll probably see quite a quick and strong move to the upside. However, the longer it takes to resolve, the more we see in terms of more of a range type market. One thing we shouldn't ignore though is that there is some positive momentum coming into the markets, or in the market here. And the other situation is we have done a higher low, higher high. We have changed the pattern here, so it's certainly more than an ABC. Now the real crunch is if we can break those prior highs there. If we can get back above those, I would suggest that there's more of a continuation to follow. However, there's probably a trend line down here somewhere. If it starts breaking down this level, certainly if in the next week or so and it breaks these lows, well, that may have just been a bit of a correction in a continuation of a sell-off. So that really is quite pivotal even where we're sitting at the moment. If we can break these highs, as I say, I'm happy for looking for more long side going on a more continued basis. If however it fails to do so and can't get above that level and keeps on and breaks certainly a shorter trend, but certainly these lows here over the next week or so, as I say, I would expect for the previous lows to be attacked again. So looking at the pound dollar, when it eventually loads, there we go. Again, we're sitting there this morning, consolidation. We've had a hanging man yesterday. Prices were a little bit indecisive. They pushed up with the update, and since then it's continued to rally. Now it's actually rallied right the way through the 200 moving average, which was the target we were talking about in the room for it to possibly run into and stop. It's pushing through that. It's taking out the orders that are sitting around that area by the looks of things. And at the moment, again, it's looking quite relatively bullish. The momentum hasn't fully turned bullish yet, but it's not far from it and could well do in the next day or so. And with the overall position here, was that retracement? That's it. Yes, could be, and it certainly looks like we may even be at some point tomorrow be looking for a continuation of this move, subject to how we run and how it closes this evening. But at the moment, if this is anything to go by, we'd be looking for more upside with the tops really in mind. Certainly the monthly R1 pivot there at 57.08. I think 158 is, again, it's one of those pivotal areas where we may see some resistance. So if we come back up towards there in the next day or so, I would be looking for some sort of resistance maybe coming in. But certainly that's obviously in the short term, it's more of a target of where we could be getting up to. To the downside, really, there is a bit of a trend line running across from the prior lows here right the way through, and for it to change direction, really it needs to break that trend for me. So at the moment it's really erring more towards the bullish side. It really sat there quite consolidated here, and it's getting a decent kick out of that movement. So hopefully we're as I say, we'll see a better move to the upside. Confirmed move to really the downside is a break of this trend line. So at the moment it's erring towards the bullish. Dollar yen, bit of a different story going on here. So it's sat consolidated right the way through April, May. Very difficult for a lot of trading I'm looking at. Not so great for swing traders when it's running like this either. But eventually we saw the breakout. Now seeing a bit of strength coming back into the dollar, into the yen itself as it's pulling back here. Whether we'll find support here, we just got to see over the next day or so. If it breaks the pivot, well, it could be coming back within its sort of prior range, which seems probably more appropriate. But that said, it will do whatever the markets are doing. If the dollar starts picking up in strength, we could well see the 126 area attacked again. The Aussie dollar had put a pattern in quite similar to cables in terms of this pull up down, but the thing is, the Aussie dollar, to me, it still remains a bit of a tough one, because overall I'm quite bearish on the currency, but I'm fully aware that below us at the 76 area, at the 75.50 area, there's a whole stack of buy orders sitting there. So I know it's got buy support, and there's demand below this area. So any pullbacks to this area certainly has demand. Whether it can break beyond these moving averages to 21, the 50, etc., is another matter. If it can get back above the monthly pivot, I'll be more bullish on it. But again, wary of it. To me, it always represents at the moment good swing short opportunities, but you just need the setups, obviously. But at the moment, as I say, if we can break above the monthly pivot, start getting bullish, I'll be looking more bullish with it, but looking at all the time being wary that there is a chance that it could roll over once again. It seems to be in quite a big tight range that may be sitting across here somewhere, but any push towards the upper levels of this may be seen as overbought, certainly in the short term. But for now, as I say, if we can get back above here, I'll be running with the longs, looking for the prior highs. Any move to the downside, I'm very aware of the strong support we got below us. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. Things to be aware of course, news-wise, we've got the Bank of England Governor Carney speaking, and of course the Chancellor of the Exchequer speaking at after 9 o'clock this evening. So 9 PM, we could see some fireworks going with the pound dollar. Certainly something to be watching out for. Now the text of the speech is due to be released 4 hours earlier, actually. I've just read, so that really means come 5 o'clock we could see some volatility, but I don't know if the full text of all the speeches will be available at that time, so just bear that in mind. 5 o'clock we may see some volatility from that point of view. Okay, and then on leading to the rest of the week, Thursday, US core retail sales coming out. Friday, we've got really a quieter, but we've got the PPI figures coming out, so inflation figures, factory inflation coming out on Friday, and some consumer sentiment. So with the situation in the US, I'm quite interested to see what's coming out there. Next Monday, Tuesday, really we've got manufacturing sales, that's in Canada. Got G8 meetings going on. Let me see, Tuesday. Right, you've got the German economic sentiment. It's not a big movement. We've got building permits in the US. There's not. Oh, sorry, inflation. CPI UK at 9.30. Now that's quite a key figure. So watching out for Tuesday 16th, next Tuesday, could have a big move from there. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great one. If you're available this evening and want to come to our webinar, make sure that you sign up. There's a link on the email that you'll have received today. You can just click on that and it will run you straight through. Alternatively, go to our website and go to webinars. That's it for me. Take care. Bye for now.